Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Could Be Worse. My name is Tyler. This is Dom.
What's up, guys?
Another nice fall weekend here in Denver. Jersey, I'm assuming still a fucking swamp, but
It's getting a little crispier, a little crisp.
yeah. Seasons are changing. Football's back. We were just talking before we got on mic about how like all the football team, like all the like colleges are doing like fuck Joe Biden chants in the stands and stuff.
Yeah, all the edgy college white kids nowadays half-heartedly chanting "fuck Joe Biden."
The boys over at SAE really put some time and effort into that one, huh?
Yeah, there was a whole blockchain group text to get that chant going.
Well, my sister's in college right now, and she tells me it sucks pretty hard. Everyone has COVID, it's not going great apparently.
All the fun parts of college you can barely still do anymore.
I mean, people like go out to bars and stuff and parties, but apparently it's just like everyone gets like the new STD is COVID.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh, stay away from her. She's a real whore. She's got COVID.
I heard she had COVID 4 times.
Yeah.
You know how many back alley COVID shots she's had?
Yeah, make sure you mask up with her. I mean, yeah. Wonder what her father thinks about all those Pfizer vaccines.
I heard she got COVID with the whole football team last week.
Yeah. So yeah, man, world's hell. Weather's getting a little nicer, so silver lining to every cloud. Mm-hmm. But how are things going in your life? How's your week been?
Man, very little positive shit. This has become the most negative show on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, very fucking little shit going on, man.
Yeah.
Nothing really fun. I had to call up Sallie Mae. Have you heard of, you know what Sallie Mae is?
Is she hot?
No, she's a dirty cunt.
Does she have big tits? What's the deal?
No, Sallie Mae is like a loan company for people who shouldn't be going to college and can get no other loans.
Right.
Yeah, that's
people who are on food stamps.
Well, close. This
right.
I'm not exactly on food stamps, but
yeah, it's the last.
Thanks, but
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a type of loan you get where whatever you're doing with this loan, you should have just tried something else.
Right.
Because now I'm getting raped.
It's one of those things where they charge like 900% interest or something.
Yeah, the interest rates are insane.
Yeah.
Insane. So our payment, my like monthly payment last month jumped by like $100 something, $200.
Right.
And I like called them up and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, why'd this happen?
Right.
And apparently like a year ago, I paid like a $3,000 chunk.
Yeah.
Just to I had the money.
Make a dent in it. Yeah, it makes sense.
I just wanted to make a dent in my
right.
biggest loan with the highest interest rate.
You want to pay off the money you owe to some. That's usually how loans work.
Yeah, that's usually how that works.
You would think they'd be excited about getting money from somebody who owes it to them, but
so I had automatic payments set up with them.
Right.
So I paid that big chunk and I saw it go down a good amount. Mm-hmm. And my payments were a little lower since then, so I was like, okay, I didn't think twice about it.
Right.
And then last month, it like jumped up like that $150, $200 a month.
Yeah.
I was like, apparently because I paid that $3,000 chunk.
Yeah.
That loan was no longer under the automatic payment because I didn't need to pay it.
Yeah, we need to find some way to fist you financially. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to make some rules up. We're going to add some fine print to the contract. And then we're just going to start siphoning money out of your bank account. Because
this is literally a mafia loan shark company. It's the most disgusting. So literally for over a year, I was not paying off my biggest loan.
Right.
Because I made a large payment earlier.
Yeah.
And I had automatic payments set up.
Some guy with like a gold tooth and a toothpick shows up, just flipping a nickel outside your restaurant. It's like, hey, where you been? Huh? Where you been at?
Yeah,
you dodging me? You trying to evade me?
What? Do I look like I was born yesterday? Just all that cliche bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm screaming at this guy. And the big part of this story is the guy who I'm talking to on the other end of the phone is literally like the most depressed person I've ever heard.
Right.
Like, I was like talking to him. I was like, dude, like, you guys shafted me. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Well,
I was like, what do you mean I'm sorry?
He probably
like,
knows
why
that,
is
like,
this?
yeah, look,
Why did I get penalized for trying to pay off my loan in chunks? He's like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, man.
I understand your frustration, sir. Sir, I understand your frustration.
But he didn't even have that affect. That like, yes, sir, like right away, like none of that. It was just like, he's like, I heard my last call. He's like talking to me like my last call. Someone literally shot themselves on the line. Like,
really?
No, not actually.
I mean, the way our country's going, that's not an entirely implausible story. If you're like, what's your problem, man? He's like, I'm sorry, the last guy killed himself. I get it spin.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Every conversation he has is probably exactly like that. Where someone's just like crying, like.
Sorry if I sound distracted. I'm trying to Google how much Percocet I have to mix with vodka to kill myself. So it just multitasking, you know, I'm two directions at once here.
He's just balancing Red Bulls and like pills perfectly just to stay awake on the phone.
He's crushing up a Viking with a Red Bull can as he's talking to you.
But I was like red in the face, like talking to him. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I just lost so much money. Like, already this is supposed to be like for people like who can't get like a normal person.
Yeah, who get like shot on sight if they walk into a Bank of America. This is for like, you know, the delinquents.
Like the dirtiest bank. Like I got thrown out of TD Bank. I don't know what the bank's ranks are, but TD Bank seems like bullshit to me.
The security guard's ushering you out of Wells Fargo by your fucking scruff your neck. Like, all right.
And at the end, I'm like berating him. And I just stop. And there's like a 5-second pause. And he's like, so is there anything else I can help with you today? And I was like, all right, fuck you, bro. And I just turned that shit off. So that dude probably owes like $200,000 to Sallie Mae. And he's like chained to that desk.
That's how he pays it off. You get like, they just make you work the phones if you're too far in debt.
He's a legal indentured servant to Sallie Mae.
I mean, dude, like, here's the thing, and I'm going to give you a piece of advice here, and this is, I think, sound financial advice from somebody who has, I like to think, a decent perspective on the world.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Have you tried pulling yourself up by your bootstraps?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because capitalism is a wonderful thing. This is probably the easiest country in the world to be poor in, you know? They don't really penalize you for being poor in this country, so I was just wondering, like, you know, if you were just trying maybe kicking yourself in the ass, really lighting a fire under yourself, really, you know, trying a little harder.
I guess I gotta just change my perspective.
Do you maybe, and again, I'm just, you know, shooting in the dark here. Do you maybe have a broke mentality? Is that the problem?
You're saying I haven't watched enough Gary Vee videos.
Yeah. How many hours a day do you spend on Instagram watching entrepreneurship videos?
Like 4, but I haven't bought any merch.
That's the problem.
Do you think I should I buy some Gary Vee merch?
You start buying like the little branded USBs, the coffee mugs, you'll see that interest rate start to go down. It's directly correlated.
Should I go to my next job interview with a shirt with Gary Vee's face on the front?
Yeah, you play your cards right. You could be working for Sallie Mae in a couple of months, okay? You could be moving up in the world.
You could be making people cry over the phone.
Yeah. You could be listening to people kill themselves, load a 9mm as they discuss refinancing options with you.
You can be on the phone as an ethnic mother cries in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Everything's going to shit. I ordered some on Amazon the other day. Amazon Prime, which you pay like $100 a year for or whatever.
Right, yeah.
For 2-day delivery, right? That was
I've been paying for that shit since college. I didn't even really know till like a year ago.
But correct me if I'm wrong. I could be could be confused here. But
yeah.
The whole point of Prime was you pay for like $100, and then all your packages get delivered in like 2 days, right?
So I've been told.
I ordered a belt the other day on Amazon to hang myself with, and it tells me it's gonna take 2 weeks to get here. Which, first of all, the reason I need a new belt is because one of you cocksuckers that was in Vegas with me stole my fucking white belt. I know who you are, and I'm gonna fucking find you, and I'm gonna get that belt back. But in the
Hunt
meantime,
that motherfucker down.
I will find you. I'll gut you like a fucking trout. In any event, these are like our only 15 listeners,
Yeah,
so it's gonna hurt the
few friends we
numbers.
have left.
But I'm a man of principle. I don't care if we lose a third of our audience. I'll kill somebody if I have to.
I will murder every last one of our listeners.
I will barehandedly
Shit.
just rip your fucking trachea out from your throat. I know who you are. So I need the new bell. I order it. It tells me it's gonna take 2 fucking weeks to arrive. Does anything
Wait,
work?
on Prime.
Yeah, it's Prime. They're like Prime shipping, and I look, the date's like in October, and I was like, October like 12th. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And evidently, they're like, yeah, it's just sorry, it's gonna take COVID. You know?
Yeah. I ordered a bong bowl 3 days ago. It still hasn't gotten here. This is a fucking...
On Amazon?
Yeah.
What are you, 14?
What am I going to a glass shop? What am I, 12?
Just go, dude. There's like 19 smoke shops in the town you live in. Just go.
I don't know. I was high on fucking Amazon, and I was like, how can I get more high?
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, I have a broken bong, so I was like, okay, let's do this.
Imagine you show up to this smoke sesh and just pulls out a chillum they bought off Amazon Prime.
With the tag still on it, the return shipping on it.
Yeah, you're trying to like chisel it off. It's hard to get with your nail. You got to really get in there.
Yeah, it'll burn off. It'll burn off.
Yeah. So I mean, what the fuck is everything? And this
I
is
don't know. Every trucker is probably dead of COVID. I have a feeling. I haven't done the stats, but I feel
Andrew
like
Yang has killed all the long haul truckers.
Andrew Yang has personally murdered every truck driver.
It's the point where supply chain. But dude, nothing. No. Okay, so I'm very angry about this. This is something that's very near and dear to my heart. You know my thoughts on delivery apps, okay?
Yes.
They fund the Taliban. They don't deliver your food on time. Things are cold, late, whatever.
Yeah.
They human trafficking. There's a lot of
human trafficking. You forgot about that.
A lot of issues with those apps.
Yeah.
Not everything you're ordering from Postmates is just, Chinese food. Sometimes it's Chinese people. Just saying.
Just once in a while, it's a Chinese person.
Every now and then it shows up, you're like, I got fried rice. This is an Asian child.
Yep.
Point being, there's some issues that I've been having with, these apps and stuff like that. Why do none of them work? None of these online services work anymore. Amazon Prime takes 2 weeks to get there. The food apps, none of it works. And you go on the App Store and look at, like, if you want to know, go on the App Store and look at like Hinge and like Bumble and all the dating apps. They all have like 3 stars, and all the reviews are like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm so alone. Please help me. Why does no online service work as it's intended to? These things effectively replaced everything. Like,
Yeah.
there is no more department. There's no more Sears. You can't go to a store and buy shit. So Amazon's your only option. They replaced everything, and now they're just running their services into the ground. It's like, where are you gonna go? They got you by the balls.
I have a feeling, I'm no fucking, global economist, but I have a feeling we've jumped too hard into the eggs, all the eggs in our internet basket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and these companies now offer dog shit services. Like an Uber takes 15 minutes to get there, and you pay $90. It's effectively triple the price of a taxi, but there's no taxis left.
Right. No, none.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking bizarre like time period where like you're riding the high of like all this shit works. Amazon Prime's booming. You can get a fucking hot taquito at your door in 20 minutes.
Right.
And then actually like the actual problems in the world that aren't solved by getting a fucking burrito at 2 a.m. like show themselves, and all of a sudden these systems like don't work whatsoever. Like logistically, it just doesn't work anymore. Gas is like $4 again.
Yeah.
We're fucked, man.
And you go to the grocery store, and like the things that are left, like you go like the Kroger or whatever, the King Supers.
Yeah,
if somebody
yeah.
doesn't bring an AR-15 and blow you away while you're trying to get a gallon of milk, like nothing is in stock. I go and I'm like, I can't get fucking the ass wipes, the fucking wet wipes, because I'm a bougie bitch. I don't use toilet paper. That's for the plebs. That's for the the peons, the peasants.
You like the simulation of the feeling of being licked clean.
I do. Yes, I do.
never got into wipes.
No, you're lowborn. You're from a lower. You use Sallie Mae, okay?
Sure.
I don't expect somebody who goes to Sallie Mae for their loans to have such refined tastes.
I'm gonna get the caste system treatment from some dirty Irish fuck.
I'm like the trashiest person in the world.
All right.
But yeah, so but you go to the store and they don't have any of the fucking. The shelves are empty.
Yeah.
I'm like wiping my ass with my hand now. Like there's no fucking.
Well, I'm pretty sure in Denver, people can't afford the groceries unless someone shoots it up. Then you can just shoplift and run out of there.
Well, it's
with
not.
what you need.
It's not that cities aren't great, but Denver's not doing that bad comparatively speaking. Some of the other cities I've been to have been doing far worse. The problem with Denver is it's really it's like a good place to be homeless. Very temperate climate, favorable legislation. So they really, they have a little party sometimes. You walk by a street and it's like Coachella for homeless people.
Yeah, like the homeless are playing 2K22.
Yeah, they do. And you're like that guy's got a nicer. I told you I saw a guy with my mattress. Like I have a mattress. It has like a color scheme, so you can tell like the brand or whatever. It's like branded very. I walked by a guy sleeping on the
same
sheet.
cum stains on it and everything.
I was like, that's my mattress. I had to run back up. I'm like, okay, mine's still there because
Yeah.
But you will. That is the thing in Denver. You will lose anything that's not.
Chained down.
Like chained down. No, even I was gonna say chained down, but my bike was 2 chains and they brought bolt cutters. So
well, they work hard over there to get what they need.
Well, they don't work hard, but that I guess they're good at stealing. Yeah, hey. If they worked hard, they probably wouldn't have to steal my bike for crack money, is what I'm saying. But what else we got going on in the world? Chris Cuomo turns out being a perv runs in the family. He got accused of grabbing a titty 15 years ago. It's weird where like Chris Cuomo, like he grabbed a titty and then like wrote this big weird apology email. And like the apology email is like creepier than the titty grab, honestly.
I'm sure.
Because he's like, the subject line was like, come to think of it, like ... I am very sorry or something.
Oh no, he does the ... that old people do when they text.
It's boomer as fuck, the email. But then he's reading and like the first 3 paragraphs were just like him being like, this is gonna sound weird. This is gonna sound like crazy. When I just groped you without your consent, I was like happy to see you. Sometimes I get excited. I just get caught up and I grabbed your titties. I sucked your nipple. But sometimes I just get excited. And so I'm sorry. I'm sorry to your husband too, that fucking cuck piece of shit bitch. If I insulted him, I'm sorry. I have so much.
That luckiest cuck bastard in the world.
I got so much respect for that stupid fucking cuck loser.
Stupid bitch. Yeah.
That manlet half squat piece of shit.
Who makes a quarter of what I make.
Yeah, whose dick probably isn't even that big. And it's definitely not as thick as mine, because even though mine's like average, it's really thick. And it's like
really, really thick.
Women tell me that the girth matters more than the length in a lot of cases. So
you ever had a Four Loko? That's what we're working with.
It's like I'm built like a tall boy, Anyway, I'm sorry for grabbing your titty. Sincerely, Chris Cuomo.
Like one sentence is, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. It was 4 paragraphs of him justifying, like, but Christian Slater grabbed the titty and he got in a lot of trouble, and I don't want to go down like him. Yeah. So I feel like I should just get ahead of this thing so it doesn't come out in 15 years and tank my CNN career.
That's just how I show affection, is I bean dip women in the office.
In case there's some strange circumstance where in 15 years, suddenly people's past sexual transgressions come back to haunt them. Just in case the social climate. I know we're doing pretty good now,
I know we're riding high now on the rape train.
Tell whoever you want, they ain't gonna believe you yet. But in like 15 years, when this thing inevitably, all good things must come to an end. And
right, yeah.
When the chickens come home to roost in 15 years, I want to be able to point to this email and be like, I was sorry. I said I was sorry. I've always been sorry. It's not who I am. I've learned and grown.
Damn, he was thinking ahead, man.
Smart guy. That's why he's on CNN.
That's why he's not on Fox. Boo.
Yeah, he's not some dumb Republican GQP. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the real news.
Honestly, that's why I like making fun of like liberals so much more than like conservatives. It's like it's kind of hack to make fun of it. Like conservatives, like all the way back to like Bush and even.
Dude, we made fun of conservatives our entire childhood.
Yeah. Bush jokes were everything.
My whole life. It was like making fun of Bush.
Yeah.
Or making fun, throwback Reagan jokes.
Right.
Like, yeah, Cheney, all that shit.
Right, yeah. And so it's always just, it's like, it's not gotten more creative since then.
No.
So like liberals have always been kind of like, Obama was like cool. He was the cool president.
Right.
He did weed. He did pot. He did reefer. So he was cool.
Yeah.
His wife
Barry
had a
O.
penis. He was cool.
Barry O.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it wasn't like cool to make fun of him.
Did you just say? I just heard that.
You slipped through your filter, huh?
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
It's like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, just ducking under those lasers.
Nice.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, but like Obama was the cool president. I mean, Clinton just got his dick sucked, and now with all the Epstein stuff, it turns out maybe he wasn't such a swell fella. But at the time,
maybe we should stop shrugging off his dick sucking now, I guess.
Now the dick sucking it's cast in a different light. It reflects poorly, I would say.
Now it just seems like only the beginning.
A little fucked up now, huh? Yeah, it seems a little. Ugh. But back in the 90s, he was just getting bopped off. He just thought he was the
right.
Got pulled.
He was just the man. That's all.
Yeah.
And now we have like an absolute layup in the office.
Yeah.
And I'm a bad guy for making fun of him. It's ridiculous. I'm the problem. Shut up.
But I do notice that like the Joe Biden jokes don't. It does kind of feel like bullying a retarded kid at certain point. Like at certain.
Because deep down you can tell he's not like that bad of a guy. Like as politicians go, his scumbag level is not that high.
But beyond that, like it doesn't seem like if you were in a room with him, and you just started bullying the shit out of him, I don't think he'd be able to defend himself. He'd just be like, "Where's my son? Where's Hunter?"
Listen here, Jack. You don't you say that about me, okay?
Yeah.
It's just like,
it just feels like bullying him would just be like, it's too easy, It's just like picking on, somebody with disabilities or something, you know what I mean? You're laughing at the kid in the wheelchair. It's like, come on, man. Let's have some, punch up, don't punch down. Biden feels like kind of just hitting a defenseless old man.
Like, I don't know. I haven't had many great things to say about him, but I feel like if you put me in the same room with him, like I'd probably just be like, do you want some like applesauce? You want me to put MASH on?
Yeah,
you remember MASH, Mr.
Right,
President?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't like shit on him.
Yeah.
Whereas Trump, I'd probably have to say something.
Well, Trump would be combative. He'd be like, "All right, you're gay. I'm not gay. You're gay.
You've got no pussy.
No pussy.
Look at my wife. That's just one of them. I've got so many back at Trump Towers, full of pussy, full of pussy,
wall to wall, pussy on the ceiling, pussy on the floor, pussy everywhere."
I get all the pussy. You get none whatsoever. I don't think he's ever had pussy. Folks, he's never had pussy.
But like that'd be, and then you'd have to like go back and be like, yo, fuck you, dude. Like,
yeah, fuck you.
That McDonald's is gonna blow your heart out in 3 fucking years, you fucking loser. Couldn't even win twice in a row. You got bopped twice in the impeachments. I mean, and like you'd have to, if you get combative with him, where Biden, you'd be like, fuck you. And he'd just be like, thank you. Yeah.
Sit down, Jack. I'll tell you. I'll the 50s, man. I'll tell you. Sit down. I'll tell
I
you.
miss Bo. Okay. Well.
Oh man, I used to. Way back when I used to be vice president. Can you believe that, sir? You're president now. What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Kamala, on the other hand, she would be fun to lay into.
She seems like a viper.
She seems like
I'd want to make sure that the cameras are working in whatever room I'm in with her.
I understand. That's a good one. I understand.
Yeah.
That it would be distasteful to use certain words to describe her. Mm-hmm. If there's certain adjectives or nouns that you could use to describe Kamala Harris.
We got like 5 minutes left, so choose your words. Choose your words well.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just saying that she seems like, hey, there's a word that you use to refer to women who are rather nasty. 4-letter word.
Does it rhyme with anything?
Rhymes with bunt,
Yeah.
And it would be very distasteful on an internet comedy show to call
on a
the
show
vice
with
president.
a show with a platform like ours.
Right.
We can't mess with our platform.
It would be wrong. A woman of color, the first woman of color,
the first woman of color of all time, the first woman of color ever,
woman ever really that I've seen. It would be distasteful to say something like that about her. But would it be wrong? But would it be incorrect?
I wouldn't. I would turn a blind eye.
That's a different argument. That's a different argument. We're not talking about whether or not that word would describe her. We're just saying that it would be rude to point that out. It's rude to point
Yes.
things out, you know?
It would be.
If somebody walked in, they were missing an arm, and you said, that guy doesn't have an arm, you would be rude for pointing that out so brazenly,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't make you wrong. He still wouldn't have two arms, you know?
Yeah.
Are we digging ourselves deeper? Are we going deeper? Or are we getting out of the hole? Which
Culture runs deep, man. Like, look how scared we are. Look how we're dancing around just right here, you know?
I'm doing an Irish jig.
You are dancing like a motherfucker.
Shaking my
over
pale
there.
Irish ass all over the place here. A little river dance.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, because culture is, I mean, we're doing Tiger King season 2. I don't think we can call it culture anymore. I mean, we're kind of.
What, are they going to let him out of jail to
No, they're.
trick more straight guys into having gay sex?
The trailer was him in jail, like talking on like the visitors.
Oh, dude.
You know, like there's the glass and the phone.
Now
or
they're
whatever.
fucking milking it, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, now they're milking it.
Right.
The 14 Marvel movies and like 19 reboots they made in the last 2 years, those weren't milking
Actually,
it.
you know
Now
what?
we're just
This one
starting
might
to-
actually be entertaining. Because Tiger
We're
King...
just grabbing the udders now.
Yeah.
We're just grabbing the udders.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's so funny trying to like be a television writer and like looking at like what's being greenlit and being, oh, I'm never gonna have a job. I'm never going to.
No, not at all. I mean, that's the biggest show in the last, 3 years?
Yeah.
2 years at least?
Yeah.
Is a docuseries about a gay guy who has tigers?
Well, I told you I was at that wedding and there's that girl sitting next to me. It was like flirting with me and she was like, oh, you're a television writer. She's like, I love Tiger King. And I was like, not that kind of. Sure. You want to suck my dick in the bathroom?
Just a little quickie?
I'm actually Joe Exotic. It's funny you didn't recognize me.
Yeah, I'm actually Joe Exotic's husband.
Yeah.
His third one.
It's an open marriage. Very open. Very open.
Very wide open.
Why?
Gaping open, you could even say. But that's the only thing they can do is reboot that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? Queen's Gambit? I don't want to watch some chick play chess.
Right. I mean, they're just at this point we're just buying ourselves time so that we can make the Gabby Petito docuseries. We're just trying to buy time until that becomes culturally appropriate.
Yeah, dude. God, what is going on with this shit? It's like it just reeks of the news trying to make it a big story.
I mean, it's just pretty white girl gets probably clobbered to death or something like that. Body tossed in a ravine. It's always gonna make headlines. You know, you could put her face on the news and be like, see, it's scary out there. Look, even people like her get got, you know?
Yeah, but that's like every show on cable television.
Well, it's tapping into...
That's all my mom watches.
I know, it's tapping into the true crime craze of like everyone secretly wants to be strangled to death in like the Grand Teton National Forest. So this is like, they can live vicariously through these news stories. If like, I wonder how his hands would feel crushing my windpipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, white girl's wettest dream is to get choked out.
Yeah.
Like on a boomerang with a sunset in the
right.
back.
Yeah. While like a couple, like a family of deer prance around in the background, just, you know.
Take me back.
All right, folks. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. We're gonna wrap things up. Dom, anything else you wanna add before we go?
I almost never do.
I've noticed, but I ask every week because it's polite. So follow us on Twitter at the CBW Pod. Visit us online, couldbeworsepod.com. If you enjoyed this episode, I don't know what's wrong with you, but share it around with your friends and family, and
spread it around.
Yeah, why not? You know. You don't want them to text you back anyway, so
everyone's mentally ill now. This might hit big.
Might resonate. And other than that, we'll see you next week.
Adios, people.